All right, it's the Bright Queen, and today I'm going to be talking about the elephants and everything I'm getting, seeing how this connects to what's happening now. Um, because of Solara Rise's brilliance, I've been informed that this time where I'm filming this, even though whenever you're watching this, it's for you, the Taurus season is about like returning the flow of wealth. I'm just gonna say, just to give it a little light spin on it, just to be quick about it. Um, I kept seeing imagery of elephants, and they would like come up over and over again. Then I watched the movie Swapped on Netflix, and they had these creatures in there called the DZOS, and they were like elephant looking creatures. And finally today the message really like solidified and clicked into what it's about. The other day I did a quick little video talking about messages from the elephants, but I feel like this is like really what's up, and it even connects to a short that I did today. So make sure you go on, here it is, go on my YouTube channel so you can look at these videos, and I will do my best to link them in the comments once this live has finished. But every day now, I've been making sure to make these decrees, make these declarations, affirmations for myself. And as I've been doing this, I've been receiving the information that's leading me in this direction of in which I am materializing. And today I got really deep into Dane Calloway, Dane Calloway, Calloway. I'm probably spelling that wrong. I'll make sure for sure to link this channel, Dane Calloway, in the comments, as well as Dr. Yakai. I always repost his stuff, so please check out Dr. Yakai as well. But they were basically getting into stuff about indigenous Americans. And I feel like that's the best term that I can come up with. Indigenous Americans, Native Americans, however you want to put it. I'm just gonna say indigenous people of the Americas. um, anyways, basically they were saying that the people that they so-called, and this is something I was told a while ago, the people that they call like Native Americans aren't really Native Americans or Indigenous Americans. It's really what they call African American people, or Black American people are the true original inhabitants of this land where I'm at. I'm in Texas. And just to like say, like, all these names that I'm using, I am aware that these are not the original names. I don't know the original names yet. Um, but I'm just using these so everybody can kind of understand what I'm talking about. This does connect to the elephant. So basically, a couple of years ago, it's this whole thing. Where's this necklace? It's actually here. Oops. Hope everybody is doing well. Here it is. Keep it in my purse. I don't know why I wear it more often. So there was this necklace here. It's an arrowhead, and I was at this crystal shop a couple of years ago, and I kept feeling drawn to get it. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it because I'm not indigenous. I'm black. I'm African American. So I was like, I'm not gonna get it. And then eventually it just kept getting like a kitty. It kept getting so like pulling to me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I got the necklace, and I used it so much because there was copper on the wire on the outside of it, and I had arthritis at the time in my hands a lot. And so I would always be holding it so the copper could help me. And so it broke. And then it was like the holiday time, and they were doing this giveaway at the place, and I went there and I won this necklace again. And I was like, wow, like this must have really been for me. Like, I know that, if you know anything about Black people, African American people, they always say like they got Indian in their family, right? And so I've always heard that growing up. My mother, my grandma, people in my family have always told me like we have, Native American in our family. And so I was like, okay, maybe like that part of me is like um reaching out or wanting to be like, I don't know, coming forward. I had like these flashes of visions. Uh Anyways, I'm trying to like make this make sense. So I had this other experience where I saw this shifting crown. It's all a part of how I got the name the Bright Queen in the first place, but just know that there was this crown and it was shifting. And this was back during the time where I was still on Instagram. So I'm on Instagram and I see this Black woman, this African American woman, I thought, and she's in the video and she's like, I'm from Alabama, which is where I'm from. And she said, I'm actually indigenous to this land. And just it just clicked in my mind. I felt the truth of what she was saying. It made so much sense because when I was younger, I tried to myself go back into our ancestry. I think when I was like probably like 15 or something, and it did not go very well. But basically, all I found out was that everybody in my family seemed to be from Alabama, not from any country in Africa. And so when she was saying, and I felt the truth of what she was saying about how they lied about where we're from, I was like, that's why it's making sense. This necklace, why I was drawn to it, things like that. It's because I am indigenous to these lands. And then in her story, because I think I followed her for probably about 2 days, because I don't like it's a long story. But anyway, I followed her for like 2 days and I saw in her story she posted this video of this ring she had, and it was a shifting ring, the same as that crown that I saw. So this is a little backsplash backstory, and it's all gonna connect. So today I was being drawn to watch, and I was watching, researching a lot about this topic, about exactly how they did this, how they lied and flipped these stories, lied about the history, and one of the main reasons why is because of the land. If you are told that you and your whole lineage isn't even from this place, there's no way you would ever think to claim land here, which means the people who lied, or the beings who lied about the land, can just keep your family, your lineage's land, and make, millions and billions off of it, and you can just, go over there and be poor. And so you see now how this is kind of connecting to what I was saying about this time that I'm recording this live, Taurus season, about the return of flow, return of wealth, and how it's connected to land. And so with these elephants, elephants can feel vibrations, I believe up to 20 miles away. They can feel the vibrations from 20 miles away in the land. Elephants also have excellent memory. They are very smart. They are protective. They are safe. Very brilliant animals. And they represent exactly what I am talking about, this knowledge, this truth. And I was watching Jumanji yesterday again, and there kept being this like, that's not a good like description of it. I'm trying to like get it. There were these drum sounds basically in Jumanji, kind of like alerting the kids who needed to come back and finish the game. They needed to come back and finish the game, and they were called with that drum beating sound. And then there was a scene as well where there were like these vibrations, these beating sounds, and that's when the guy says stampede, and there's a stampede that come, and then the stampede are rhinoceroses, zebras, and elephants, and I think there's like some birds too, but those are like the main ones. And I was like, oh, look, the elephants again. It's like this return, this stampede of elephants. Something else that I am like remembering about elephants is that they're pretty non-combative creatures. However, I know they have like in the males, I'm pretty sure like this little testosterone moment. But anyways, in general, elephants are pretty docile, pretty gentle creatures, except when if you keep fucking with them, then they can become violent and aggressive. Um and so I just wanted to say that as well because I was seeing stuff about that. But basically, what I know when I'm feeling the message of these elephants is and how this connects with my lands, my indigenous lands, things like that, is that there is a returning of these memories, and they are protected by this elephant energy. Um, and this information, this truth, this knowledge is being like is stampeding in, it's bursting forth in this beautiful wave of returning to love, which is truth, which is not just this, sweet sitting thing. It's also a very active thing, especially when it's been suppressed for so long. So I'm gonna sit a bit to see if there's anything else I need to say. The time is 3, 2, 1, so I'm taking that as I'm doing great. Okay. Something else that I want to say is that I know a lot of times, or I would say majority of the times in the spiritual community, race gets like washed out and people don't really talk about it because it's like, oh, we're all one and it doesn't matter. Um, or maybe this is just something that I tell myself based on my own programming or whatever, but so I guess I'm saying this for myself. But the reason why this matters about copper skin people being indigenous to this land and not from a completely different continent is because it's the truth, and love is truth. And so it does matter. And I wanted to say that. So let me see if there's anything else I need to say. I feel so much better having just said that. The truth sets you free. And I'm hearing and I'm feeling now that this is also something that's backed up with science. Once you um free, or is it unsuppress these truths within your soul, your spirit, your body, your mind, it does have a physical reaction, a physical consequence to that frees you. People who speak truth and remember truth and know truth in their soul knows it in their body, and their body so too then it's free as well, is what I'm feeling. Like there are physical consequences to the truth, just how there are physical consequences to lies. You know, the land knows. And I feel like there is an emergence, an emergence that is upon us right now actively of this freedom and this healing that comes with truth. It's like with this false information and with these lies, it's you're constantly misplaced. You're constantly like removed from your home, like you're constantly orphaned. You're constantly abandoned. And then once you realize that your home, where your home is, and that it's exactly where you are, there's this assimilation, there's this alignment. There's a bird right in front of me as I just said this. I don't know if assimilation. Yeah, I'm gonna say assimilation within the self. This alignment within the self, where okay, now I'm grounded and I know where I am. Now, when I make my moves, I'm making them with sight versus being, blind and kind of just like grasping and reaching wherever. Another message that has come to me today is that you don't need to worry about trying to remember all this information. I know what happens a lot was you have all these habits that are ingrained in you, being a person here in this society, in this world, and it's hard to like go in and like, okay, I'm gonna break all these little habits. Instead of going here, I'm gonna go here, all these things. The message is not to worry about that stuff, not even to worry about trying to hold on to information, because before, when I was getting ready, I knew I had to do this live. I was like, okay, I need to like take notes and I need to write this down so I get on there and I don't look like a fool that's just blabbling and I don't even know what I'm talking about and it's not cohesive and it's not coherent. And they were just like, my higher self, my guides, my spirit team, they were just like, you will know what to say. Just go in and be, and you will know what to say. And the same thing was told to me about money, about finances, because I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I finally feel inspired. I finally feel like I know things that I want to do. And I'm like, oh, like I try to go and it's like blocked by financial obstacles. And they were saying, like, don't think about it that way. Don't even think about it. Just feel and know that everything you are is abundance. Everything you are is divine. And so it's not even that you are like provided for. Everything just is for you, in that way. And I hope that I'm making sense. And if I'm not making sense, I'm hoping that you can pick it up from my energy, the truth of what I'm saying and what I'm speaking. Okay. I keep seeing this very beautiful brown skinned woman, copper skinned woman. Copper has been coming up a lot for me just in the past 2 days. So that may be something that everybody needs to look into. Copper. I've always been very drawn to copper, love the color copper, love the feeling of the material. I'm gonna sit and see if there's anything else. I think I'm gonna do some light language. Ama anama arakina nasa. Sheshe binana masaraki. Orek ananana masa. Ashuru kidana masa. Isharana masa. Inamara showi anama hanaraki. Fowe kinanasa. Horo kinanasi. Kira koro kirasa marako. Fere shina marasa. Arabara kinara kanamasa. Everything in the lands will be revealed. Ishiramara kana serakina saramaraku. Efere kina sa ananasi kirere kina maraka nama. I'm seeing a triangle that's upside down like a pizza slice. Ishireki namarasa. Ofuro kira se kira ka. Amara kina manasa. Nanamasi kira dada. I'm hearing the giants will be revealed underneath the sand. Efere kinama oro kirarasa arakuroki. Efera kirasa aramasa oro kirara taratikina marakiya. Efere ki afarakina sa arawoku. I don't really know what this means either. They're saying like something about the hair, the ingredients are in the hair, something in the hair, um, something like that. Ifireki anama orokirasa oroforakina maraki rasa. There were 12 of us, is what I'm hearing. And I'm seeing this like triangle bench, like well not a triangle, but like a acute angled bench. And there's like these children on them, and it's like 12 of them, like six and six on this side. and they all have brown skin and like shaved heads or like low cuts, kind of like mine, but like more afro-y. Um, that's what I'm seeing. They're on a bench. They're facing forward. There were 12 of them. Oro kiranasa, oro kira asara maraki dadasa namara. The 13th is taking the picture. Fere kira kira. Movement in the mountain. Sara kira. That is the true phoenix where the yellow bird flies. That's wind. That is the phoenix. Hireki anamaraka. There is a reason the music, when the call is of the heart, you will know. Ye will know. Okay, that's it. That's what I hope that I'm supporting you as well. Yeah, like I said, be sure to check my comments for links to my most recent videos, and I'll also be linking Dan Calloway as well as Dr. Yakai, and I'll do Solara as well. Um, have a lovely, lovely day. I love you. I'm sending love to you, and I'll see you soon.